Hey guys, and welcome to the beautiful, beautiful forest again. In sunshine and with a lot of birds. I hope you can hear them. It's so beautiful. So this is going to be a rather short video. But I wanted to share some of my practices, and it's a bit related to, that was a little squirrel, a bit related to the last video I put out on spirituality in a changing paradigm. Because there's so much that is accessible for us. There's a squirrel just up in the tree beside me. There is so much that is accessible for us without us having to do anything like a long process, or like we have been used to, or and also like I'm observing so many that have like a step by step process in order to do a grounding, in order to connect in with guides or higher guidance, and that's fine. There's no right or wrong, but be aware of whether you're doing that because it is actually helping you, because it's helping you to open up and to feel into the process and to become aware of it and to start a new practice, and it's like easy to have like some sort of a guideline for it, or if it's actually becoming sort of I don't really want to say block, because it's not really it's not a block, and that word is something I try to steer away from, but something sort of hindering you in having a direct experience with whatever you're trying to reach, whether that is a grounding technique, for example, or if it's asking for guidance or connecting in with something, or just being in nature like I am now and just opening yourself to receive that beautiful, amazing frequency and energy. So I wanted to share a couple of things that I do, whether I'm out in nature, which I really love being, or whether I'm just in the city and I'm not able to go out in the nature, but I can find a tree, for example. So, because I have received some questions about what are my practices and what am I doing, and I've been thinking of it, pondering it about it a bit, and I think my main practice, in a way, is to just try to be as present as I can and feel into what I need, instead of making it some sort of an external goal, or like I have to do this and I have to do that, and doing that same thing every day. Like I do have things I do every day, absolutely, but I think the most important focus is to be present and to feel into, today I really need to go to the nature, like, or today I really need to be around water, or today I need extra rest, or like to really, and to let ourselves have that, to really have that self-nurturing and self-love, to actually listen to it. And especially now with the rapid changes happening, some things in our life might be taking a new direction very, very suddenly. And it will be, like what I've been shown is that the thing that is important is to just go with that flow, like feel into it. Does this feel aligned, even though this change is happening faster than it normally would, because normally I would have like these weeks or months to really think about it and to like ground into it, get all the things around sorted. But if it's suddenly popping up and you feel it's aligned, meaning it feels expansive, if you feel into it in your body and you breathe into your body, does it feel like contracted? Does it feel like maybe this is not really it? Or does it feel like an expansion? Does it feel good in your body? And I'm not talking about the logic mind, because it's so easy, and I can say, because I've been a master of this my whole life, to logic myself out of things. But to really stay in the heart and stay in our bodies, because we're embodying more and more. So we will experience more and more of the guidance coming in from our higher self and our guides. We will experience that more and more in our physical bodies. Meaning some people will feel emotions, some feel it like the sensory is feeling in the body. Some just feeling it. Some people will hear. Some people are more visual. Some people will suddenly have this like deep knowing. Like all the physical senses that we are used to. Because when we're rising in frequency, the spectrum of what we are able to take in, what we are able to see, what we are able to hear, it's expanding. It's getting more of it, and so really staying and coming into our bodies, because more and more of that guidance will come in our bodies. We don't have to do so many of those sort of processes, or go to external sources, or like to really practice just coming into the body, and to learn to use that as a guidance system, along with whatever you normally do, but to really have to focus on that is helpful now, because that's your best guidance. It is your own system, and the own light, because that's your soul, is your higher self, your own frequency guiding you to where you're supposed to go. And sometimes it can be way better than what we can. Well, oftentimes it can be way better than what our logical mind can figure out, because that is also very analytical, and very like step by step. If I do this, then this will happen, then this will happen, then this will happen. But the universe can, and the energy, can change things in ways that we can't know, with our logic mind, and really open ourselves to that possibility, not ruling that out because we're so focused on it has to be like done like this, and it has to be done like that, and I learned this on a course, and I read this, and like someone said that it has to be done like this and this, so that's how I'm doing it. I mean, we can try it out, and it's very helpful in the beginning when we're learning new things to have some sort of a guideline system. There are squirrels around me. Some sort of a system of, or like guidelines, like, okay, I do this and I do this, and then I focus on that, but not being too strictly focused on it or tied to it, but open to, like, don't let those steps sort of take away from your presence, because that's the essence of what I'm observing sometimes, that having the presence with what we're in, whether that is something coming up that we have to feel through, or let go of, or that we don't really want to, it's uncomfortable, or whether it's a change of direction or something, an opportunity just coming up, and we're like, am I ready for this? Like, how did this just happen like that? And I need like 3 more weeks to get used to the thought of it, or just try to let go, just try to surrender into it, because we are in this period now where changes are happening, and it's happening for our higher good, for our highest good, but staying in the body, receiving the guidance in the body, and not distracting ourselves from our experience and our presence. That's the thing, like, my guides are constantly repeating to me, like, that's the most important thing. And so I wanted to share really quickly what I do, for example, when I go into the forest, or I go down to the sea, or just being with the nature, because it can be there are thoughts, or I can feel amazing, and then there's a day where I feel the opposite of amazing, as we all do. And it is so helpful to go out in nature. So what I do is, like, I just walk. If I'm walking in the forest, like now, for example, I just walk a bit into the forest, and then I stop, I close my eyes, I breathe in, I just follow the breath all the way down, and I follow my breath up again, and I breathe again, and I just imagine just like my energy opening, from my root and down around my legs, and I just open up to be connected into the earth. And then I'm just focusing on breathing and expanding my heart space, and just really imagine, I'm trying to explain as I'm watching what I'm doing, because it's more like of an energetic process, but it's more like I'm opening, like lungs expanding when you're breathing. I feel I open my whole field, just breathing, being present, bringing myself back into my body, and then opening up to receive the frequencies and the energies around me in the forest. And I sometimes, if I feel really disconnected or something, maybe I say, to the nature, like I ask for it to hold me, or to, to let me feel the energy, or, I can ask for guidance, or I just open to receive, and I open myself to really, really be like, just doing that. It's like it brings the presence so deep at once, and it can literally shift my state in a matter of seconds, because it brings this calmness, and it makes the whole system sort of much more receptive, and present to the energies coming in. And then just with that presence, I'm walking around and I'm listening to the birds. For example, now it's just, I can just sit down and just listen, and then again just imagining, like really feeling into everything around me, and just being really present, and feeling, seeing the magic around. Like all these things are really grounding. Also, if I'm in the city and it's a day I can't really go into the nature like that, I can find a tree, and I can, just put my hands on the tree, on the trunk, asking if I can receive some energy, and just standing in that energy of gratitude, and then I can hug the tree, and just I can feel the energy just around in my body, because if we open ourselves to it, and we are open to receive, we can receive so much in, like, it can happen in an instant. So really being aware of those really small things that we have around us all the time, that we have access to. Maybe it's out in the garden, it is accessible, and sometimes we tend to do it much more complicated than it really is. So I really just want to encourage you to open to receive yourself. That's a message I got today as well. Open to receive yourself, open to receive more of who you are, open to receive more of your light, because it's constantly coming in. Ground it in, and have the awareness that you are part of, like, the physical body is a part of Mother Earth. It's a part of the earth, of, like, the body loves the nature, the body loves grounding in. And just by that focus and seeing that we are a part of it all, and letting ourselves just rest into it, and invite more of ourselves in, and really remembering that we receive the guidance in our bodies, and to receive the guidance we then need to stay in our bodies. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe, and just stay present. So that was my little encouragement for today. I hope it can spark some inspiration for you to enjoy the nature and invite more yourself in to your body, and to really follow your own guidance, because we're accessing more and more and more of it, and it's so important to consciously stay open to receive yourself, to receive energy from the nature around you, for example, from the beautiful sun, from our guides, other aspects of ourselves, and be open for that, possibly happening in an instant. Trying to really practice another, like a more instant way of things being possibly happening, rather than everything having to be a process and a step-by-step thing. Nothing wrong with step-by-step. Just really, like, it has so much to say how we view it. Because if we have a belief that everything has to be a step-by-step, we won't and we're not really present, because we know that if I do this, then I do this, then I do this, then at this point something may or may not happen. Then if we are on this second step, we might not even see what is coming in from another direction, which is a massive opportunity, which is what we are actually intending for at this point. But it's happening much quicker. If we're not open for that to happen, we won't even recognize it. So stay open, stay present. Have the courage to go with the shifts, and nurture yourself and love yourself through it all. And I hope you have some nature around you can enjoy. It's just magic. And I hope you can hear the birds around and get some of the magic from here. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'd love to hear in your comments. Share if you have any practices or any experience with this, and share with the people in your life that might resonate with this message. Thank you guys. See you. Bye bye.